200-pound Mastiffs sat in a shelter for 479 days. 19 families looked at them. 19 families walked away. Too big, too old, too much. Then one couple signed the papers on October 19, 2021, and 4 months later at 3:14 in the morning, those two dogs that nobody wanted took over the bed, took over the house, and took over this couple's entire life. They also saved it. Rachel Carver was 32 years old, a labor and delivery nurse at a hospital off the Dallas North Tollway in Frisco, Texas. Her husband Daniel was 35, a mechanical engineer who had been laid off on March 6, 2021, after 11 years at the same plant. They had been married for 7 years, and somewhere in the 8 months after that layoff, the marriage had gone quiet. Not angry, just quiet. Daniel slept until noon. Rachel picked up 2 extra shifts a week, sometimes 14 hours at a time, just to stay out of a 1,400-square-foot house that had started to feel like a waiting room. They had become 2 roommates who shared a last name and a mortgage of $2,180 a month. Rachel didn't need a dog. At least that's what she told herself every morning at 6:05 a.m., drinking coffee alone at a kitchen table built for 4. On a gray Saturday, the 19th of October 2021, Rachel stopped by Collin County Animal Services in McKinney on her way home from a 12-hour shift. She wasn't planning to adopt. She told herself she was dropping off 3 bags of towels. But the second she passed Kennel 22, she stopped walking. Inside were 2 of the biggest dogs she had ever seen. Fawn-colored, black masks, heads the size of bowling balls, 2 South African Boerboels, a breed of Mastiff bred in the 1900s to guard farms against leopards and baboons. One was 203 pounds, the other was 201. Together, 404 pounds of dog, pressed shoulder to shoulder in a kennel built for one. I see you've made it this far and still haven't subscribed. Honestly, after everything these 2 went through, that stings a little. Hit subscribe, because what these dogs did at 3:14 a.m. is the part nobody saw coming. A shelter worker named Gloria walked up beside her. "That's Moose and Diesel," she said. "They've been here 479 days. We've had 19 families come look at them. Every single one said no." "Why?" Rachel asked. Gloria sighed. "Their owner was 81. He had them for 6 years and loved them more than anything. He had a stroke in August and moved into assisted living. His kids couldn't take 2 dogs this size, so they came here. And here's the thing, they won't be separated. We tried. Diesel stopped eating for 4 days. Moose howled for 11 hours straight. They are a package deal. 404 pounds, a $100 adoption fee for the pair. And nobody in 479 days has been willing to take both of them home." Rachel crouched down. Moose, the 203-pound one, leaned his enormous head against the kennel bars and let out a single low sound. Not a bark, almost like a word. "Please." Rachel signed the adoption papers 45 minutes later. Daniel found out by text at 2:47 p.m. "We have 2 dogs now. They weigh 404 pounds together. I'll explain when you're home." The first 72 hours were chaos. Moose walked through the front door and knocked over a $240 floor lamp with his tail in the first 90 seconds. Diesel discovered the couch, looked at it for exactly 5 seconds, and climbed on. The couch sank 7 inches. Diesel drooled a puddle the size of a dinner plate at every meal, twice a day. Moose learned to open the pantry by day 4 and ate a 5-pound bag of treats in under 10 minutes. By 11 p.m. that first night, Rachel had spent $189 on 2 orthopedic dog beds, memory foam, the largest size they made. By 11:40, both beds were empty. Moose and Diesel had found the king-sized bed, all 404 pounds of them. Rachel and Daniel were left with maybe 18 inches of mattress each, clinging to the edges like 2 people on a life raft. Rachel tried to move them. Moose opened one eye, looked at her, and closed it again. Conversation over. And that was the night something happened that had not happened in 8 months. Daniel laughed, a real laugh, at 11:50 p.m. at the sight of 404 pounds of rescued dog snoring in his bed while he hung off the side. Rachel had not heard that laugh since March 6th. She lay there in 18 inches of space and tried not to cry. By the end of week 1, the house had changed. You can't stay silent with 404 pounds of dog in the room. Moose and Diesel ate 16 pounds of food a week, a $340 a month grocery bill, all by themselves. Every morning at 6 a.m., Diesel would carry exactly 1 of Daniel's socks, never 2, always 1, from the laundry basket to the kitchen and drop it by his food bowl. Nobody ever figured out why. Daniel started getting up at 6 a.m. just to see which sock it would be. He started walking the two dogs 2 miles every morning down El Dorado Parkway. He started applying for jobs again. By the third week of November 2021, he had 4 interviews lined up. On a Sunday in early December, the 8th, Rachel and Daniel walked Moose and Diesel together through Frisco Commons Park for the first time. 2 people, 2 dogs, 404 pounds straining at the leashes, and for almost 45 minutes, they talked the way they used to, before March 6th. Daniel reached over and held her hand at the 1-mile marker. It was the first time he had done that in nearly a year. Here is something most people don't know about Boerboels. They were bred over 300 years to bond with one family and never leave it. They don't just guard a house, they guard the people inside it. And Moose and Diesel had decided somewhere in those first 7 days that Rachel and Daniel were theirs now, forever. The reverse was happening too. Rachel had fought insomnia since nursing school, 2 years of staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. But the sound of 2 Mastiffs breathing, slow and heavy, turned out to be the only thing that ever quieted her mind. For the first time in 14 months, she slept 7 hours straight. Daniel started sleeping through the night too. The 2 dogs that 19 families called too much had quietly rebuilt a marriage in under 60 days, against all odds. Looking back, Rachel says the dogs knew before any of them did. For 3 nights straight, starting around February 5th, Moose refused to settle. He would pad down the hallway at 11:30 p.m., at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m., and stand in front of the garage door with his nose pressed to the gap at the bottom. Diesel stopped eating his 11 p.m. snack. Rachel chalked it up to a thunderstorm 40 miles out. She was wrong. Then came February 8th, 2022. It was 3:14 in the morning. Rachel and Daniel were asleep, squeezed into their 18 inches each. Moose and Diesel sprawled across the middle of the king-sized bed like they owned it, because by then, they did. The house was silent, until it was not. Moose moved first. He stood up on the bed, 203 pounds, shifting the whole mattress, and started barking, sharp and relentless, nothing like his lazy daytime bark. Diesel was up half a second later, pulling at the comforter with his teeth, dragging it off Daniel. Rachel sat up, confused and annoyed, and then she smelled it. Smoke. The smoke alarm in the hallway hadn't gone off. The battery had died 3 weeks earlier on January 18th, and neither of them had replaced it. An electrical fire had started inside the garage wall and was already crawling up into the kitchen. By the time Rachel's feet hit the floor, the hallway was gray. Moose and Diesel did not run for the door. They herded, 404 pounds of dog physically pushing Rachel and Daniel toward the front door, refusing to let them go back for anything. Daniel got the door open. They made it onto the front lawn at 3:17 a.m. Rachel, Daniel, Moose, and Diesel, 30 seconds before the kitchen window blew out. Rachel called 911 with shaking hands. The Frisco Fire Department arrived in 6 minutes. By 4:30 a.m., the fire was out, but a third of the house was gone. The fire marshal, a man named Hutchins, who had been doing this for 22 years, walked over as the sun came up. He looked at the 2 dogs on the lawn and said one sentence Rachel would never forget. "Ma'am, with that alarm dead, smoke inhalation would have taken you both in your sleep inside of 5 minutes. Those 2 dogs are the only reason you are standing here." The same 2 dogs that 19 families walked away from, the same 404 pounds everyone called too much, the same dogs nobody wanted for 479 days. That night, too much was exactly enough. A neighbor across the street, a retired firefighter named Earl, who was 71, came over the next morning with 2 of the biggest bones the pet store sold. He got down on his bad knees, looked Moose and Diesel in the eyes, and just said, "Good boys." He came back every Sunday after that. The insurance covered $180,000 of the rebuild. It took 7 months, and the contractor finished on September 14th, 2022. Rachel posted the story on February 11th. It hit 1.3 million views in 9 days. Collin County Animal Services received 51 adoption applications that month, 9 of them asking specifically for the bonded pairs nobody else wanted. The local news ran it for 3 nights. Today, in 2026, Moose is 7 and Diesel is 6. The house is rebuilt. Daniel has been working for 4 years now, since April 2022. He and Rachel have a daughter on the way, due in 11 weeks. And every single night, all 404 pounds of Moose and Diesel still take over the bed, leaving two grown adults clinging to 18 inches of mattress each. The $189 orthopedic dog beds are still in the corner, still untouched, 5 years later. Rachel just calls it interior design now. On every anniversary, every February 8th, she bakes 2 dog-safe cakes, one for Moose and one for Diesel. And Earl, now 75, still comes over. 4 years, 0 missed Sundays. When 2 dogs take over your bed, your couch, your whole house, don't call it too much. When they bark at 3 in the morning and won't stop, don't tell them to be quiet. They have senses we lost a long time ago. They smell the smoke before the alarm ever could. And if you are ever standing in a shelter looking at the one nobody else wanted, the too big, the too old, the bonded pair that comes as 404 pounds of inconvenience, please do your research, prepare your home, and understand what you are taking on. Because sometimes the ones the world walked past 19 times are the exact ones who carry you out of a burning house at 3:14 in the morning. 19 families looked at Moose and Diesel and saw a problem. One couple looked at them and saw a family. Would you have taken both dogs home, or would you have walked away like the other 19? Tell me in the comments.